Imagine you are in the middle of the desert, under a sun that burns you without mercy. You've been walking for 3 days, and you don't have a single drop of water left. The thirst is unbearable. The children are crying, and exhaustion is breaking you down. This isn't a simulation. It's a real crisis. Israel was there, crushed by hunger, thirst, and a fatigue that gnawed away at any shred of resistance. And just when they find water at Marah, surprise, it is so bitter that they cannot drink it. At that moment, everything snapped. Instantly, they forgot how the sea had split for them. They forgot how God had snatched them out of slavery, and they began to murmur, "Why did you bring us here to die?" It is both fascinating and tragic at the same time. Even though the pillar of cloud was above them, unbelief blinded them. Moses, however, does the only logical thing. He cries out to God, and he receives an unexpected solution: a piece of wood. A simple piece of wood thrown into the water transforms bitterness into sweetness. But the test didn't stop there. When the food supplies began to dwindle, panic set in again. Although their needs had been satisfied until then, they allowed themselves to be gripped by a paralyzing fear of the future. They imagined their children dying of hunger, feeding an unbelief that made them prefer the pots of meat in slavery over freedom through faith. Sound familiar? It's exactly what we do when we hit hard times. We focus so much on today's trouble that we forget all of God's faithfulness from the past. But listen closely. Those real sufferings, the thirst, the hunger, the lack, were not an accident. They were God's school. He allowed these hardships so that their hearts would turn toward Him, the only source of strength. It was necessary for them to face trouble in order to be cleansed of the slave mentality and prepared for something greater. God doesn't just want to save you from a problem. He wants to use that problem to build a noble character in you, full of patience and power. Nothing you endure is useless. Everything is a preparation for your Canaan. Don't let the worries of tomorrow steal the miracle of today.